What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Another week, another tipping video. We're already up to round 4. Wow, 4 weeks already. Feels like yesterday we were tipping round 1, but let's get into it. Not too bad last week, 6 from 8. I'll take that. Better than 3 from 8 the previous weeks, but 6 from 8 went down to the Titans. Unfortunately, I chose Newcastle and went down on Manly. We all know what happened then because I took Raiders. So, yeah, Ricky wasn't too happy with that game, was he? But moving right along to round 4 tips. We're starting off tomorrow night with at Accor Stadium, the Rabbits at home to the Panthers. Going to be a tough one without Cleary. Panthers, they almost pulled off an upset with when he went off early last week. Almost got the ball down right on full time to send it into OT, but I'm going to tip Rabbits by 2 on this one. I think Rabbits possibly Wayne Bennett will do some sort of mastery on him. They were a bit disappointing last week, but let's see what they can produce. I think Panthers, I'm sorry, Panthers fans, but I'm tipping against Panthers on this one. So moving right along, Friday night at Allianz Stadium, Roosters at home, Titans. Titans, big win last week. I'm tipping against them this week. So little thing with Roosters versus Titans. Could this be to see who Cherry Evans is going to? There's rumors going around. We all know what's happened on the news with Cherry Evans telling Manly he wants to play on next year, just not for them. But we'll see. There's whispers going. He's going Roosters. I've tipped him to go to Titans and have some big farewell retirement party with Foz, Kieran Foran. For those that don't know, his nickname's Foz, and Des Hasler. So maybe there's a little 1 year reuniting next year retirement party. Who knows what's going on there? But yeah, big decision coming up for Cherry, which I think he's already made because he's very, very smart, Cherry. So let's move right on to the following game at Suncorp Stadium. This is it's Suncorp Stadium, but it's Dolphins' home game, and they're playing a Broncos team that, yeah, I can't tip against at the moment. Unfortunately, there was a bit of an upset the other week, but I think Payne Haas is a beast. I think he'll just run riot on this one. So I'm tipping Broncos for that because it's an extra home game for them by the looks of things. But moving right along, Super Saturday at Nestra Jubilee Stadium, whatever that is these days. Anyway, Dragons home to the Storm. Can't go past Storm. Dragons probably got smashed over the weekend. They had the bye. However, we all saw Fleno's comments about you'd hate to be a Dragon for the next 12 days. So I think he took them away and absolutely belted them. So we'll see what Dragons team turns up. But Melbourne's just too good at the moment. I thought they'd go on with it against Penrith last week, but I don't know what happened there. I thought when Cleary went off, they would have ran rings around him, but credit the Penrith for coming back in that one. But yeah, I'm tipping Storm. I'm tipping them to take it out this year. I feel like they're hungry after the loss last year. But yeah, I'm tipping Storm in that one. Next game is at Queensland Country Bank Stadium. Anyone in North Queensland, I love that stadium. Went there not last year, year before, so can't wait to get back there. If you ever want to go to a away game, that's one of the stadiums you go to. But yeah, very nice stadium. So enough about that. I'm tipping Canberra on this one. I think Ricky would have absolutely belted them guys, and I feel sorry for him. But I think they won't lose after that shellacking they got off Manly last week. Ruben Garrick's gone 4 tries. Wow. but yeah, let's see what happens there. But yeah, Cowboys still disappointing. So let's go on to the next one, which is at Shark Stadium, and it's Cronulla Sharks at home on a Saturday night against the Dogs. You cannot. I'm sorry, I don't care if you follow Dogs. Dogs beat Para last week, so I can't tip them, obviously. But let's see what happens. Dogs are playing good footy, but they're still lacking Burton. We saw against Para last week, that second half, only scored a penalty goal right on full time pretty much. Couldn't get out of their own half. Para had him pinned, just couldn't execute a few plays, but Para should have won that game. But I don't see him escaping Shark Park on a Saturday night. It's probably the most dreadfulest game you can go to if you're any fan of the NRL. The Sharks on a Saturday night at Shark Park, they just go to another level. So I'm tipping them. I think they'll beat Canterbury. Unfortunately, Canterbury will suffer their first loss of the year, but they'll still be up there. Which brings on to the next game, Sunday, 4 p.m. at Four Pines Park. I definitely won't be going to this game, guys. Last time I went to Brookvale Oval on a Sunday, Para got beat 60-0 or something. It was, we all know about it. It was the 40-degree day. Yeah, it was atrocious, and I've never been back since. Place still haunts me, but I'm going to tip the Eels. Cricket's laughing. I can hear it all now. I'm going to get smashed in the comments for this one. But I just think there's a lot going on with Para at the moment. We saw the news today. Dylan Walker's got an immediate release from the Warriors to join Eels. So he'll be playing next week against Dragons we got. So let's see where he plays. Does he wear the 6? I'm tipping a few late changes in this game. I feel like Volkman being named on the extended bench. Maybe Dylan sits one out, get his mind right. Clearly, since the announcement of him going to Newcastle on that big money deals affected him somehow because he's not really stepping up to the plate, which he promised he would without Mitch there. Mitch can't get back fast enough. Spoke to him last week at the game, and he is itching to get out there. I saw him on the sideline screaming at the boys. I just feel like with the news, Cherry Evans is leaving as well. Manly, it could be up and down. Of course, Turbo returns against Eels. It wouldn't be a Para game without a return of a superstar player against them. So, yeah, but I think the Manly could be too distracted in this one. 66% chance of rain. Manly can't play in rain, so I'm hoping it's torrential rain and Para just narrowly scrape home on this one. So this might upset it around, and I'm praying to everybody. I'm praying to the football gods. Let Para win a game before Mitch Moses comes back. So I feel like Para could possibly beat Manly this week, then possibly with Dylan Walker's inclusion next week, roll St. George. Then we go on to play, I think, Canberra and Darwin, which is like ridiculous humidity. We could get him. And then, yeah, Mitch Moses comes back Easter Monday against Tigers, and all is well, hopefully. So I'm expecting a huge clean out coming up of the Eels soon. So a couple players are going to go. We're going to get some new ones. Start that rebuild, but we just need some wins on the board, guys. So I'm tipping Eels. That's my upset game of the round. I know people will probably say Souths. Me tipping Souths or me tipping Roosters will be the upset game, but I'm tipping this one as my upset game. Which brings on to the final game of the round. Tigers at Campbelltown, just down the road, versus the Warriors. I'm going to go I'm going to go Tigers on this. I feel like the last 2 games, they got a bit of a roll on. We saw what they did last week, which was no surprise. But yeah, I feel like Warriors are a bit up and down. Super coach Metcalf gets sold 1 week, gets 91 the next. Then everyone buys him back and he gets 20 or something. So I just feel Warriors are up and down. Dylan Walker's left now, so they don't really have anything off the bench in attack. So it'll be interesting to see who they have there that can come in and do what Dylan Walker does. Walker's on. But yeah, I'm tipping Tigers in this. I think it's going to be a big scoring game. But yeah, I'm going to go Tigers. So that's it. I think Jerome and Galvin's forming a nice combination, getting him warmed up for Para next year, possibly this year. Don't know what's going on there, but a lot of rumors circling around. Galvin possibly coming to Para to replace Dylan Brown, which is I'm all for. We all know I've been saying it for ages on here. So, yep, that's my tips for this round. Let's run through them one more time. Rabbitohs to beat Panthers. I've got Roosters to beat Titans. Broncos to beat Dolphins. Storm to beat Dragons. Raiders to beat Cowboys. Sharks to beat Bulldogs. Eels to beat Manly, Sea Eagles, and the Tigers to beat the Warriors. So let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what your tips are. Get out to the games this weekend. Support your team. And anyone that wants to join the Talking Para podcast, I'll be doing the game day show live at 10 a.m. or 10:30. I don't know what time it is this week, but hopefully 10:30 a.m. we'll be joined by some Manly content creators as well. So make sure you tune into that. Make sure you like, subscribe. Going to be doing some giveaways. Got some sign cards last week. Got a Jacob Carraz. Might do a giveaway on that. Got some Eels players. But yeah, we're going to do some jersey giveaways. But you have to subscribe, guys. So next week, I'll do a giveaway. I'll give away a jersey of your choice. But you have to be a subscriber. Comment down below who you go for, who you're tipping this week, and what the score prediction is, and let's see if we do a giveaway, hey? And some lucky viewer will get chosen at random, and yeah, that's it. So I'm rambling, which means video's over. See you next week for another tipping video. Make sure you tune in to my shorts during the week. Keep you updated with what's going on around the NRL and around Parramatta and content around cards. I'm going to, as I said last week, I'm going to do some box breaks coming up. I've ordered a lot of boxes. I've got a lot of cards behind me, guys. I'm going to do cards of the week. So, yeah, let's get into it and see you next week, guys. Peace.